So welcome to this quick demo of Tracker for Prospect Services. Tracker works through Internet Explorer. There's no software to install, and as long as you have an internet connection and an Internet Explorer browser on your PC, you should be able to use Tracker without any problems at all. There's several user roles. You can see here Power User and Project Administrator. I'm going to log in as Project Admin for the moment. So down the left hand side you can see the green menu items, and the menu changes depending on who you are and what permissions you have, so that you can do the tasks you need to do, but you can't do things that you don't need to do. Okay, so now I'm logged in as Power User, and I'm logged into the Prospects ESF site, and specifically ESF Project 1. And I'm going to create a new learner. So new learners are always added using templates. This speeds up the data entry and makes for a very efficient system. So here you can see the learner screen. And the first field we need to deal with is the identification type, so that you can demonstrate you've confirmed eligibility for the learner. So every field is validated at the time of data entry, so you can only put date fields, dates in date fields, you can only put text in text fields and numbers in number fields. The National Insurance Number field is an optional field. We can turn every field on or off for each project as is required. Postcodes are entered first when entering the address, and then you use the postcode lookup system, which is very efficient to find the specific house number or house name to go with the learner's address. This video is recorded in real time, so that really is how quick the postcode lookup system works. Okay, so all the values in the drop-down boxes are presented to the user correctly depending on the type of project. So for this type of ESF project, you have to specify prior attainment, disability and learning difficulty information. You also have to specify employment status information, and in this case we'll say this learner is not in paid employment, the learner's been unemployed for less than 6 months, and we'll say the learner was in full-time education. Okay, so this is the aims screen, and you can see here that the template has set up 2 ESF learning aims right from the start, and most of the fields have been filled in already. So we're just going to press the update button, and Tracker will now tell us, you see the red writing on the side there, Tracker's telling us that we've got one field which is not set correctly. So we've corrected that, and you can now see the success message, the learner has been saved successfully. So we're going through the Learner tab, Employer, the Learning Aims, the Completion tab is now enabled for the finishing fields. And that record has been saved. So now we're going to do a quick search on Tracker for that learner, and you can see a summary of that learner's information here. The learner's name, the ZESF and XESF learning aims, and the start dates. And just by clicking on the link you can open up the full learner record. What we're now going to do is produce a very quick sample of an audit report so that we can check perhaps hundreds of learners. This is how to create a spreadsheet export from Tracker. So we can select a few fields. I'm just selecting the reference number and the surname, the aim description, and the start and planned end dates. And then I'm going to put a filter on the report, because actually I don't want lots of learners, I just want to see the one that I've just entered. So where the surname starts with those characters, and then export to spreadsheet. Do you want to open or save? In this case I'm just going to open it. Okay, so here's my spreadsheet, and there are 2 rows of data representing the 2 learning aims, and this enables us to audit and cross-check the information that we've entered, and it's very useful for doing management reporting on numbers of starts and so on. Okay, so now we're going to demonstrate creating an export. So this is how to create a Skills Funding Agency export in the correct format. So there's 3 boxes to set. And you click the export button. So it just takes a few seconds to process the export into the right format. And there we can see that we've created an export, and that can be downloaded to your machine now for that specific project. However, that export has been created just for that project, so it only contains that project data. What I'm now going to do is I'm going to change the role that I'm logged in as. So now I'm in project admin. I can create an export for the whole of the Prospect Services transmission ready to submit to the Skills Funding Agency. So it's exactly the same process. Select the 3 fields, click create, and that file is now ready to download and transmit to the Skills Funding Agency.